Hello, dearies. A few weeks ago, Llewellyn had a amazing sale. This is Llewellyn Worldwide on cards, and I did pick up a few new decks, so I thought I would go through one of the new decks I got. This is an unboxing video, kind of. The only thing I've done is take the plastic wrap off of the box and the cards, so we'll see what we think of this deck. This is the Faery Blessings deck by Lucy Cavendish. It is illustrated by Amy Brown, who is an artist that I just love for all of her fairy artwork. I have some of her prints around the house, and I even got a tile that was based on one of her prints that I put in the bathroom when we were retiling around the tub. So when I saw this deck, which I didn't actually know existed, it's from last year, I was very excited to get a hold of it and check it out. Are you ready to reclaim the blessings of magic, wonder, and nature? Fairies are ancient, powerful elements, and they have many blessings and gifts to offer. Once the fairies and humans were allies, united in our love and protection for the planet, today many have lost this connection, and with it the blessings of the fairies. With this deck, it is the fairies' intention to reweave and reconstruct that relationship for the good of us all, and for the good of the planet. So these are blessing cards. The fairies will be giving us gifts. Which, as many of you know, can go either way with fairies, but I just really love the artwork, and we'll see what we think. This is a pretty good box. It's not one of the stupid top boxes. I should not call it stupid, but heavy duty box. Comes with this book, which is actually a good sized book, and has a lot of information, it looks like, and a lot of fantastic artwork. Let's see. There's a dedication ritual for dedicating the deck. Table of contents. Looks like all the cards are numbered. Some introduction. I'm going to get to how to work with your fairy cards. Cards with wings, when a card flies out of the deck. That happens a lot, but I think it has more to do with the size of my hands versus the size of the cards. Though sometimes I do count it as the message flying out at me. You know, I kind of go with my gut on that one if it was really the intention of the cards or just my clumsy hands. So yeah, each card is a blessing, and for instance, the blessing of the Unshi, probably wrong on that. The fairy gift of following your true heart from the worthy rebels of the Unshi court. I should have picked an example that I could actually pronounce with confidence. A blessing of the butterfly queen, a fairy gift of graceful change and transfiguration. So, looks like each card has a good description, as well as a quickie keyword kind of interpretation. Now the cards themselves, like I said, I took it had a plastic band around it. It wasn't fully encased in plastic. And these cards, I love the back. It's not super colorful. It's all greens, but it's just really, really pretty. It has a green border. These cards are not edged, so that is something I probably will do eventually. But let's go ahead and take a look at them. This is a blessing. And I love the artwork of these, because I am, as I said, a fan of Amy Brown, and I just think the whimsy that she brings to her art is beautiful, and it's just a unique kind of representation of the fairies. Blessing of Rapture. You can just see that in the ecstatic position and upturned face in that card. Honesty. A Blessing of Stillness. See, all the cards are bordered in different colors. So it would be fun to kind of work with that and see if that has any impact on my interpretations of the card. That's just cute. Connection, hummingbirds, very much about connecting. The shining ones. A little hatchling there. I'm going to have to brush up on my fairy pronunciation to use these cards. A lot of different colors in this deck, and the cards and the borders reflect each other. Oh, that's lovely. I could definitely use a cape like that. Now, the one thing about Amy Brown's artwork that I wish was a little bit different was I wish not all of the fairies were so pale, and that there was a little bit more variation in skin color. This card reminds me very much of my youngest daughter. She loves pink, and she loves Pegasus and unicorns and fairies and all that. It's a Blessing of Laughter. That sounds about right for her too. I do like some of the cards do get more otherworldly looking in their features, and I do like that, but so many are Northern European looks. I wish that was changed up just a little bit, but they are beautiful cards and so fun. Blessing of Litha. The cardstock on them is pretty thick. I keep thinking I'm getting more than one card. Flame. This is one of my favorite cards. Blessing of Anamkara, which is a soul friend. And I love the entire concept of that it's like soulmates, only not as we think of it as romantic, but that there are people in your life that your spirits connect with over lifetimes and seek each other out and support and complement each other. Oh, there's the Queen. Your foresight. Blessing of being understood. Please. A blessing from a fairy determined to help you. That sounds like a card that is general purpose. So They are fairly large cards. And the cardstock on them is fairly thick. So let's see how they shuffle. If I can get a hold of them. It's one of my challenges with cards is the size. Well, those aren't too bad. Once I get them loosened up, they should be fine. Yeah. Overhead shuffle, I'll have to do off camera. Oh no, those are shuffling fine. I was a little bit worried because of the size, because of the stiffness of the cardstock, but I think we'll get along just fine. Modifications, I'm definitely going to edge these. Probably in green to go with the back here. Because the fronts have so many different borders. I considered trimming them along this border here, but I worry that I will lose this border in here. So I probably won't do any trimming, just edging on that. So that is the Faery Blessing Cards by Lucy Cavendish, illustrated by Amy Brown. Very excited to start working with these in a little while. Thank you for joining me on this walkthrough.